I'm going to be honest with you, real estate agents. Most of you suck at social media, and it is not something inherent. It is not your fault. The truth is that you are doing things all wrong with social media. And if you would like those social media platforms to become an actual pillar of your business, generating consistent conversations and consistent leads and transactions and lifelong relationships, then I have put together the exact plan to help you get there. So stay tuned. We're going to dive into that and a little bit more. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, the Real Estate Agent Playbook. I just recently released my Foundations Builder course, absolutely for this reason, right? Real estate agents tend to have shiny object syndrome when it comes to social media, and I'm here to help you change that. So if you like the strategies that I talk about, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out the link below. The Foundations course is super affordable. It's an entire community built around helping you pick the pillars of your business for your success. If you're listening on the podcast, please do not hesitate to reach out on Instagram at the RE Agent Playbook, and I will get you all that information ASAP. If you're on YouTube, comment below Foundations course, and I will get you the information as well. Okay, so let's talk about this. Real estate agents, social media, the common mistakes I see real estate agents make. First and foremost, it is either doing no real estate related content or all real estate related content and nothing in between. The truth is that your social media platforms should absolutely be a mural of your success, of your life and what's going on. You don't have to put it all out there. I understand that some people are very careful what they post on social media, but you do have to have something that people will relate to, an audience will relate to, so that you can start to generate a community of sorts within your social media accounts. The next thing, especially in the real estate market, is someone just hands off their entire social media to someone else. While certainly when you get into, high producing agents and things like that, there are people that assist them. The common thread is that the content and most of the things that are on there are generated from them, from their ideas, with their purpose. Maybe it's an assistant, maybe it's somebody that's following them around, but to be truthfully honest, it has to come from you. I cannot outsource and just say, here, go build my social media and never touch it. That's not going to work. And so that is something that real estate agents need to hear. You have to be a part of it because it is your brand you're building. Your personal brand is worth everything to you in this real estate business, and social media is an absolute game changer when it comes to building that a lot of the people in the past in our same industry did not have the luxury of using. And then what we really have to focus on here is the platform hopping, right? You see something on TikTok, you're like, oh, I'm going to go do that TikTok. You see something on Instagram, you see something on YouTube, you see something on, Facebook, whatever it is, and you're trying to emulate it. The problem is not you trying to emulate. Rip off and duplicate is absolutely an amazing strategy when it comes to content creation. Believe me, I use AI every single day in my business to help with content ideas and so on. But we cannot possibly build 4 or 5 or 6 different platforms the right way at the same time. So my suggestion and what we walk you through in the course is to pick one, dedicate to that, build it correctly, build your lead magnets in, build your conversational pieces in, and absolutely use the platform specifically for real estate business, for posting events in your life and things like that, engaging with other people. But pick one. And if you dedicate to that and you get consistent at that, and that's really going well, and that becomes, kind of second nature, then add a second, right? Certainly there are pros and cons to every single platform. I go in depth in these in my course while you're trying to pick one. That's what my course is all about. Pick the social media pillar, pick one and dedicate to it for 12 weeks. Absolutely free. With the course is a 12-week accelerator of how to implement every single platform individually. And so that is perfect for what we try to do, and it's really hard to stay focused. And so that's why I built that portion of the course. And then the other big mistake that people make is that they do not engage, right? They do not look at other people's platforms. They do not like and comment on other people's platforms. They just are in there. They're so focused on posting and being consistent with that. Sometimes they don't, scroll, or maybe they do scroll, but they're not engaging with some of the important content. They're not taking note of some of the life events that could lead to real estate transactions. They're not, DMing people they haven't talked to in a while that they see something and they have a comment for. And so those are absolutely key. Is you must spend similar amount of time. It doesn't have to be all the day, and I don't want you all scrolling mindlessly, but if you hop on there and you engage with other accounts and your target avatar on there specifically, you will see the difference. Your following will start to naturally grow. You'll be connecting with the people that you want to connect with, and there are obvious people raising their hand that say, I will need a real estate agent in the next 6 to 12 months based on the things that people post on social media. So those are the people that we want to stay in touch with. We want to maybe, have direct conversations with, comment, engage with their stuff, send them DMs if you can within the platform you choose, and then we're off to the races. And finally, you can't use social media as a reactionary play. Right? You're posting, you're doing this, waiting for people to come to you and be like, oh, I need you as a realtor, come sell my house. That is not how we want to do it. We want to be proactive. We want to be reaching out. We want to be bringing value to our community. And so if that means, hey, somebody posts, I need an electrician, and you have an electrician because you're a good real estate agent and you have one of those, definitely comment that. Tag your electrician. Your electrician appreciates the lead. They could, eventually take the note and maybe tag you in a real estate post or something like that. But try not to be reactionary. Go find those ways for you to dump value in. It's not just wait. Oh, someone asked me for value, provide. It's actually give, find, maybe you make this connection over here and this connection over here, and then the value will come to you. So yeah, we want to choose one platform. We want to narrow down our focus, and we want to get serious. We want to put all of our time into, that piece, not all of it, but 1 to 2 hours of prospecting time. It does take time to learn these platforms. Some of this time could be looking at what other people are doing in your market, in your industry, to, that is creative, right? The more creative you can be and the less boring and talking about real estate law and all of that, the better. Certainly, there's a time and place for market updates and all of that. But as you build your unique strategy, really be using the platform, engaging with other people in the platform, and that'll only help launch your success. And then it's about, okay, I'm going to make my content strategy, building out your buckets of or silos, people call them. I'm going to do market reports. I'm going to do home tours. I'm going to do, some first-time home buyer education, whatever those things are, and then build content within that, right? Try not to be all over the place and bounce around. Build content within those silos, and then get consistent, right? Get on video, have a nice, diversification of posts and reels and, all of that. Get into the DMs and dive into that platform. Your time should be spent there. Your social media marketing time should be spent in that one platform, building that right. You're optimizing your profile. You're doing all the things. And all it takes is just getting into a steady routine. 12 weeks is not that long. And if you can really dial it in, by the time you're done with my 12-week accelerator, you will have a well-oiled, consistent machine on social media that it will eventually turn into a pillar of your business. So as we, continue and say the 12 weeks and everything's feeling good, and, something happens where, maybe you're going on vacation for 10 days. That cannot stop, right? If you're going on vacation, you need to pre-plan your content, get it out there, have the content continue to go, because the algorithms hate it when they see content, and then it drops off. And then, maybe you go on vacation for a week, and then it takes you a week to get back on track, and then you have to film content, and all of a sudden you've taken a whole month of social media off, and that is not what the algorithm likes to see. So make sure you're planning ahead and staying in momentum. Consistency is really hard to obtain, but once you're in it, you want to stay in momentum so you can move forward and you continue doing this. Once you feel like that is rolling, then you can start building another platform, start driving people from this platform that's consistent to your Instagram, mention it on your YouTube videos, whatever that is. Doesn't have to be YouTube or Instagram, I'm just using those for examples. But then once you're you're doing that and you're building this next platform, now you have double the amount of work to do, right? So keep them both going. Don't just, okay, this is consistent, this is going great, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to focus on Instagram and quit working on your YouTube or whatever the platforms are. So make sure that you are staying consistent, you're able to stay consistent before you add the next one on. And if you get consistent, you're only going to, be more entrenched in content, your ideas are going to be flowing, you can continue to move forward. And as you go, you just look back, right? Because once you get consistent, you're actually doing the things, then you can look at the analytics and they actually mean something, and you can go from there. Please, please, please do not look at, the consistent analytics for 90 days, 12 weeks, whatever you want to call it, and be like, oh, I haven't got a client, so I'm going to completely shut that off. Social media takes time. The great Mike Sherrard always says that when people ask him how long it'll take to get a closed transaction from his YouTube video, he usually tells them it's probably not the platform for you, because it could happen in 1 day, it could happen in 100 days, it could happen in 1,000 days, right? It's just about the consistent, dedicated effort. And once you're consistent, you can use that platform, you can drive people to that platform for other reasons, right? Answering the same old question. I use it in my emails to my clients based on where they're at in the contract. I explain what the inspection is. Again, I explain, what title insurance is and what, each step of the process is, or in a video, so that they have that, so they feel that connection when I'm sending that out to them. Even though I probably have said it, there's some times where we just, look at one house and there's not a ton of time for that interaction, and we don't get to title insurance and HOA docs and things like that. But they come up in the process, so when they do, then they get, okay, these are the next 3 steps that you need to be aware of in the contract, and this is what they mean. So that's also how I use it, and I'm driving them to my YouTube channel, even though it is within contract and it's very specific to them. And once we have all of this, the reactionary piece is absolutely a lot, friend to pop up and message him, or that Facebook lead to randomly call them instead of calling them when we paid for, ads or whatever. But the follow-up is key. How are you going to follow up? How do you track this? When someone mentions that they have a life-changing event coming up, or they know somebody, how are you tracking this? How are you getting connected to that referral? How are you, connecting your business to that person, right? Put them in a CRM, stay organized, set tasks to follow up, whatever you can do. In this automated world, there's a lot of great options in your CRM, and doing that, I suggest making sure that some of the reach outs and follow-ups are not automated, right? They can be a task that pops up for you, but it does need to be personalized, especially if you're using, your social media sphere. Some people you might have known since high school or whatever. You do not want to send those people, these drip campaigns and things like that. So be very wary when you're building a follow-up plan that it is very customized to your personality and the person that it is. And if you can generalize and you can make those automations work, there are some people that can. With my sphere and my clientele, I just feel like that's pretty difficult. So there's certain, weekly emails they get, but there's also, hey, Jeremy, you're going to have to, take some time and type a few digits into a Instagram post or whatever for that person. So make sure that your follow-up is dialing in. You can have some automation, but you need to be a part of the outreach when it comes to these people, especially from your personal social media accounts. So the ultimate goal is just to get going, right? Just start using the social media platforms. It does not have to even be, this home's for sale, this house tour, this whatever. Just start using social media a little more normal. The camera does not have to always be pointing at you, so get over that right now. But even if it's as simple as, hey, showing a couple houses today, previewing a couple houses today, that stuff in your stories will absolutely take effect. So just start to make it a priority and start to use it. Choose one and really focus on how to build it. Look at the YouTube channels, find the education out there. If you're in the Wolfpack watching this, you get access to Social Agent Academy for absolutely free, my Foundations Course Builder for absolutely free, and that will walk you through it. But if you aren't, that doesn't matter. You can still seek that information out, reach out to me, comment Foundations Builder below, and I'll absolutely get you the information on my course. But for now, That's all I got. Stop sucking at social media. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.